there, fellow collector, Shuki here with a review of the Kamen Rider Build, the DX Crocodile Crack Fullbottle, which is a very fun name. Crocodile Crack, the best crack around. But anyhow, this is the full bottle that Rogue uses to transform into this beautiful suit that I do very much enjoy. And I like this full bottle a lot. It does have its own lights and sounds while still maintaining kind of the same full bottle shape that we're used to. Obviously, there's no shaker in it or anything, but it's got electronics instead. I'll totally buy that. Rogue, back here, it is compatible with the Sclash Driver, because that's what he uses to transform. It is compatible with the Build Driver still. And, of course, the Nebula Steam Gun, since he uses that as a weapon. So, without further ado, this was released in February 2018 for 1,800 yen or so, give or take, depending on where you picked it up. So, kind of like the price of like shots and stuff like that. Anything with electronics and stuff like that. But it's got sounds and lights, so yay! Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. And here it is. I love this thing. Not only does it look really cool, with the teal and the gold and the purple, again, the color scheme of the Nebula Steam Gun, it just looks neat. You got the crocodile face going on here. It's nice and smooth right here where the LED shines through. Textured on the sides. QR code's kind of sticking out down there at the bottom. This is number 57. If you remember, the Gear Remocon from the Nebula Steam Gun video was 58, and that's because Crocodile and remote control make a best match. And you can actually use these to make the best match, and we'll do that later on in the video, much like we did with the Bat and Engine ones. So there are the rails for Crocodile, and I don't know, I just really like it. It's very, very cool. So there's no buttons or anything, so to activate the sounds, you just rotate the cap. So there is the activation noise, and then you have that like woman scream is like chilling. It's really neat. And that's almost basically the transformation, to be honest. But one more time. So that's all the functions for here. If you do it again, it'll just cycle through those three. The speaker is right here on the bottom. Again, as mentioned, it doesn't shake. It doesn't have any motion or anything, unlike the sparkling can, which had like a motion thing in it to shake. This has absolutely nothing, which I'm fine with. Honestly, I would have foregone the shaking in all of these to have electronics. There is a size comparison. I probably should have grabbed Bat instead of Cobra, but there's a size comparison. So it's a little bit bigger than normal full bottles, but it's got the lights and the sounds, which I think is really cool. I would have loved if all of the full bottles had like that same sort of feature, but then all the full bottles would have been 1,800 yen a piece, and I don't think that's very fun either. So let's go ahead and bring in the Sclash Driver. Yeah, you can't really have your cake and eat it too when it comes to prices and lights and sounds. Nice. Oh, I love that so much. I love like the sound that this makes and the sound that this makes and the and everything. I like all of this a lot. So for the attack, very cool. This needed to be just a smidge faster, but that's okay, I'll forgive it. That is all for the Sclash Driver functionality. Let's try the Nebula Steam Gun.
Funky break! Crocodile!
in a gun, and it still makes the woman screaming sound. Gotta love it. And that is all through the actual Nebula Steam Gun, because there is no pin or anything to hit that button up there, which activates all of the belt functionality with this. So everything is done through that little button up there. So pretty basic, but still really neat. And for the rifle mode,
Crocodile. Monkey shot. Crocodile.
nice. And then finally, as mentioned, we can use the Crocodile Crack and the Gear Remocon to make the CrocodiCon, I believe is the name, best match for build. Now, obviously, he would be using normal full bottles and not these evil ones, but you can still do the sound because the pins would be the same. You do have to make sure that the pin isn't up. We were having that problem with like the hazard trigger and stuff. Otherwise, it will hit that button and activate sounds prematurely.
Crocodile. Remocon. Best match. Are you ready?
CrocodiCon. Really cool name for a form. A little bit hard to hear because the Crocodile Crack Fullbottle wants to make a bunch of noise and stuff, but hopefully normal full bottle versions will come out at some point.
Ready, go! Motor tank!
Neat. So that about does it for this one. Tons of functionality. I definitely dig the fact that we got another one with lights and sounds that's more of a full bottle size. And I think it really shows what the line could have been. But again, the line would have definitely been a lot more expensive and a lot less robust if all the full bottles had to have electronics in them. So I definitely understand going the way that they went as well. Kind of a quantity over quality in that aspect, but still a really fun toy. I dig the color scheme, I dig the sounds in the Sclash Driver, and you can use it to kind of early your way to a build best match for two bottles that haven't been fully announced yet for normality. But and Nebula Steam Gun functionality as well. So like I said, tons of functionality for this. The sounds are definitely really cool, and I like it a ton. So that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care, and have a great one. Bye. I'd like to thank Joey, Mr. Mike, Joshua, and all my fans who support me on Patreon.